Hi there, Aries. It's Jen from tarotspirit.net. I was just shuffling and these cards came out, so I'm just going to get going. World and the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands just came out for Scorpio. And there, it's interesting. Maybe you should, if you have, it's hard to know, it's hard to go by zodiac sign because someone may not have a sun, moon, or rising in Scorpio, but have a lot of personal planets or important planets. So you could be dealing with a Scorpio and not even know it. But if you have anyone that's a Scorpio, you might want to watch that reading because I think they may be tied to Aries. Yes. You may, or someone you know, may be running off. And I'm not saying like a husband or a wife, but it could be a friend, maybe running off with an Aries or someone with that type of fire energy. And it's going to seem hasty. You may be surprised that all of a sudden someone you have contact with, maybe on a daily basis, maybe it's someone at work. I'm feeling strongly that this reading is connected to Scorpio's reading, Aries, that like you may find out that there's been an affair going on at work and all of a sudden they just up and move. Like all of a sudden it's public and then they're just gone or something and you're like, what the hell just happened? Like your whole, or with friends, like maybe a friend's husband or wife all of a sudden just like, again, found out was having an affair and is in love and they just move away or something. Or because I feel like they're moving, they're kind of like, or maybe moving in together or like something. There's going to be this like shocking revelation, and again, it's not necessarily happening directly to you or is going to have any negative consequences for you, but there's so. And all, I mean, this can also be you. So let me take a second. I was going to take some more time to shuffle and meditate for you, Aries, but the cards just started coming out. So I'm still stuck in that Scorpio reading a bit, which makes me think it's connected, but I want to... Yeah, okay. So this line down the middle here, we have the World, the Fool, and the Hermit. So you are wrapping, I mean, this could be you. You are wrapping something up. The world is a culmination and a new beginning all at the same time. And it's not good or bad. It doesn't have to be one or the other. I like to use the example if someone graduates from high school or college, that's over. They're not going to go back. I mean, some people, you can go on to get further degrees, but if you graduate from college and you don't have any plans to do more school at that point, that part of your life ends, that phase of your life, and you go into the professional world. So it's that type of, so something's getting wrapped up. Could have to do with family. We have the Ten of Pentacles here. Something's wrapping up, but then there's this exciting new beginning. And it could, with this Eight of Wands, this is a very fast moving energy. So you could all of a sudden just be like, I want a different career. And like before anyone knows it, you're like, you've gotten a new job, you're back in, maybe you go back to school. Do I have, or you're like, I don't like it here. I'm sick of these winters, or I'm sick of the hot sun all the time or whatever, and I'm moving. I'm out of here. And you were just like gone. So this is a leap of faith. You're it's like an eclipse. I can't remember when the eclipses are or anything, but that could be a timing thing. But you're taking off. You're going on a new journey, a new phase in life. And again, it's going to seem abrupt, especially maybe to other people. But that's a very Aries energy. You're not afraid, as a cardinal sign, you're not afraid of starting something new, something your passion. It's definitely going to find your passion. Um, yeah, you're just sick of putting your energy into things that don't fill you up, that don't inspire you. Perhaps your work or even a relationship or your day-to-day affairs felt like a drain, and you're just not willing to do it anymore. We have these two beautiful energies. So the water sign energy and the Empress is sort of all the queens embodied, but she associates most for me with the Queen of Pentacles. So I feel like you have saved your money, like you have been planning this on some level, maybe that water energy on a subconscious level of, and again, this is really mirroring the Scorpio reading, of sort of just biding your time. Like you knew you wanted to do something, but maybe you didn't know exactly what, but you've been preparing because you knew when the opportunity or the time was right, you would be ready to go. There's definitely a love vibe through here. Those of you who had been alone, I think you've done the inner work, you've done the soul searching, and when a new opportunity presents itself, you're ready to move. This could be maybe inheriting something, even a property, and maybe you're a grandparent passes or something, or a parent, or um, some sort of, maybe you get a property and you're like, I'm gonna move there. I'm moving back home. I'm gonna move back home. I'm gonna move. I used to spend summers at my grandparents and I loved it, and now you're being given this house, or you can buy it for a very cheap price because it's through the family, and no one else you're like, I want it. I'm there. And you're just like, phew, you just pick up your whole life and start over. And it just feels right. You're like, this is okay, this feels right. This is what I'm waiting for. And you may start a business. It's like, it's a real opportunity to birth something new, to like your life organically, like you're less structured, like you're willing to relinquish control and just see how things go. Maybe maybe it cuts down on your expenses dramatically. The way maybe you're moving somewhere with a lower cost of living and downsizing, or something that is going to enable you to be more of an entrepreneur, or to allow your creative side to come out. Maybe you're going to get, I mean, when I think of things being organic, like a farm, maybe you want to do some organic farming of some sort. Something entrepreneurial, like Vermont, I'm sure it's all over, is really into like all these microbreweries, and there's vineyards starting to pop up. Something a little bit, I don't want to say trendy, something that's popular right now. Kombucha, something like that. It's probably, my son would probably be like, no one drinks kombucha anymore. That's so everyone's over that. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but you know what I'm saying. Um, I was joking to my niece. I was like, I've been who like cuz I'll be in a store and there'll be like a hip young kids person's store. I was out shopping with her over the holidays and they have like crystals in there and so people are into crystals and astrology, like it's more mainstream. And I was like, man, I was actually cool. I was actually hip about something and I didn't even know it because I've been into this stuff for decades. It could be something that you could do an online business, although you literally don't have one sword. So that's kind of interesting. Which leads me to think like communication wise, like you're just doing it. You're not, maybe you've already done all the thinking and planning. And again, we're just waiting for that moment to act. But it's almost like you may just do it and not really tell a whole bunch of people. Because maybe you don't want, I just saw 1111. Yes. You're just like, I'm just going to do it because I don't want to hear this person. You don't need or want anyone's input because you're ready to like, yeah, maybe you're excited to go to like a new place or a smaller, quieter place and just sort of get out of the hustle and bustle. Be just, you're craving solitude and peace and creativity and inspiration and art and things like that. That's a really interesting reading, Aries. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you at the next video. Take care.